What if I told you, there's an ancient wisdom, older than the Bible, older than the Quran, older than Buddhism, that already answered the questions modern science is just beginning to ask? What if this wisdom said, there is no single path to God? All roads lead there. And what if millions of Americans are quietly turning to it, because nothing else is giving them peace? I'm talking about Hinduism, and today, I'm going to show you why this ancient tradition might be the most relevant thing you encounter in 2026. Stay with me, because this will change how you see the world. Hinduism is not just a religion, it is a civilization. It is over 5,000 years old, and unlike many ancient traditions, it did not die. It is alive, it is breathing. Over 1.2 billion people live by it today. While empires rose and fell, while languages disappeared, Hinduism survived. Why? Because it was never built on one book, one prophet, or one rigid rule. It was built on a question: who am I? What is this universe? What is truth? And it spent 5,000 years answering it, through philosophy, science, art, and spirituality. Here's what blows most Americans' minds when they first encounter Hinduism. Number 1. It never said your religion is wrong. There's a Sanskrit phrase, ekam sat vipra bahuda vedanti. It means, truth is one. The wise call it by many names. Christian, valid path. Muslim, valid path. Buddhist, valid path. Hinduism said this thousands of years before the concept of religious tolerance was even invented in the West. Number 2. It gave the world zero in yoga. The number 0, the foundation of all modern computing, came from Hindu mathematicians. Yoga, now practiced by 36 million Americans, came from Hindu spiritual science. Meditation that your therapist recommends? Hindu tradition. Number 3, it matches modern physics. Carl Sagan, one of the greatest scientists of the 20th century, said Hinduism is the only religion whose timescales match modern cosmology. While other traditions spoke of thousands of years, Hindu scriptures spoke of billions. The concept of a universe constantly expanding, dying, and being reborn? Hinduism taught that thousands of years ago. They called it Brahma's day and night. Now, at the center of all this wisdom, sits one book. The Bhagavad Gita, 700 verses. One battlefield, one conversation between a warrior and God. And in that conversation, every question a human being has ever had, gets answered. Why am I suffering? What is my purpose? How do I deal with anxiety and fear? What happens after death? How do I find peace in a chaotic world? Albert Einstein read it. Oppenheimer quoted it at the first atomic bomb test. Steve Jobs had only one book on his iPad at the time of his death, the Bhagavad Gita. Emerson, Thoreau, Carl Jung, Nikola Tesla, all influenced by this one text. And here's the most beautiful part: it was not written for Hindus. It was written for every human being who has ever felt lost, confused, or broken. That's what we're going to study, together, on this channel. This channel is going to be your guide to the Bhagavad Gita, broken down simply, practically, for your modern life. No Sanskrit degree needed, no prior knowledge needed, just a desire to go deeper, beyond stress, beyond confusion, into something ancient, powerful, and true. Subscribe, hit the bell, because the next video starts chapter 1, and trust me, it begins with a crisis you will recognize from your own life. See you there.